Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews. So, if you're thinking to yourself, okay, Game of Thrones is over, now I can unsubscribe to HBO, well, don't touch that dial there, folks. I'm here to tell you about one of the greatest miniseries that I've come across in recent years. That is Chernobyl, a 5-part miniseries that is written by Craig Mazin. Apparently, Mazin has been wanting to do this thing for nearly 5 or 6 years now. And wow, what a series. So basically, this deals with the immediate aftermath of the Chernobyl accident. The first episode deals with that night in question, in which the Chernobyl power plant basically exploded, and how the people who were in the control room were all out of their minds, freaking out, except for the one person named Dyatlov, who comes across here as really probably one of those people who you just, if you actually met in real life, you just run away because he's just a dick to everyone. It's basically how he was in real life, and apparently throwing people's jobs if he didn't do the reactor test that night. In any other disaster movie, this would have Bruce Willis trying to go in and save the day, but no, a whole bunch of firefighters go in, take out the flames, fight is all over the ground, but invariably get irradiated, and basically then all those people go to the hospital, and where one nurse, and God bless this one nurse, comes to realize, yeah, this is irradiated. So basically, they take off all their clothes, send those clothes all the way down to the basement. And guess what here, folks? Those clothes are still today in that pre-ed hospital. They are totally irradiated. Plus Jared Harris, who comes into this series at episode 2 through 5. And basically, he is able to break everything down for you to explain how nuclear fission works, how a nuclear reactor works, what radiation does to your body. It's so easy that you can explain it to a child. No, not necessarily do I want to see a child would watch this. Here's the thing, folks. It's basically all the bigwigs who don't want to be told the truth. It's all the lower rung individuals who are basically saying, hey, look, this is what's actually happening. Deal with that, folks. No one wants to hear that, oh yeah, radiation is spreading across the globe. And and apparently at one scene that didn't get filmed but was written down, was a scene in which, oh yeah, radiation could be detected in Sweden of all places. And God bless Stellan Skarsgård, who puts in another wonderful performance here as a guy who, at first, the Jared Harris character and him don't get along. They eventually form something of a friendship. The Emily Watson character, who is actually a composite character of many different scientists who was working with the Jared Harris character, basically because the Harris character, these people who were working with him, was like, you don't know how a nuclear reactor works or a nuclear plant works. Episodes 2, 3, 4 deal with them trying to get one step ahead of this disaster. Now, there are 2 episodes that really stand out, one of which involves the radiation episode, which basically these people are dying of radiation. Congrats to the makeup team for doing that, because you truly believe that these people are dying. They're dying in the most gruesome ways possible. The miners and the firefighters got off easy here, folks. They at least got the mercy of a quick death. The 4th episode deals with the liquidating team. They have to deal with the elimination of the pets. Now, there is indeed a book called Voices from Chernobyl. Yes, they got irradiated themselves. But one of the very most fascinating conversations that this series includes is when the Harris character is confronting the head of the KGB, which, quite frankly, if you were to do that, you'd probably be getting a bullet right then and there. But in that conversation, the way that ends is like, the KGB guy is like, yes, you're being followed, and those people are following you are being followed. And see those people down at the end of the hall? They're following me. So it's one giant circle of accountability. And if you really think about it, these people are ants. They are basically ants in a world of titans that's trying to solve a problem that's almost unsolvable, but they have to do it anyway. There's also one scene between the Emily Watson character and the Jared Harris character that's inside a KGB prison. Now, that actually is a real KGB prison that's been turned into a museum. There's a podcast here, folks, with the writer after each episode that I highly recommend that you all watch, because it's very enlightening. The final episode here deals with the trial. Now, the trial, according to the podcast, the trial here is largely, while it is true in nature to an actual show trial, there are a couple of differences. One, the Skarsgård and obviously Watson and Harris characters weren't there. And we go back to that day in question, is that the fact is, oh yeah, this test that led to the explosion was determined not to actually be necessary. Everyone wanted that promotion. At one point, Dyatlov says, "Oh, I was in the can. I wasn't anywhere near when all that thing went down." That's what he actually said, and tried to weasel his way out of his trial. We also learn that here's the question: would you want a 25-year-old with only 4 months of experience with nuclear reactors, I would think, running a nuclear test? 3 people that are on trial all get sentenced to about 10 years in prison. One of them, a guy named Fomin, eventually goes back to running a nuclear reactor. Dyatlov and his superior, the plant manager, they would be released. Both of them, I think, are dead. Here's the thing. Yes, what happened to him did indeed happen, but it's more the fact that he was just sort of disillusioned and pushed out of the decision-making process. Basically, Mason did a whole lot of research. And I applaud him for doing his research because, at least I think in one interview he said, "Yeah, there are some people I want to interview where it's just like, I want to put that thing behind me." And he basically said, "Yes, I respect your opinion to remain silent." After watching this series, do you want to hear a Geiger counter ever again here, folks? I probably don't. So in the end, folks, Chernobyl is a series that I would highly recommend that you actually watch. So, folks, Chernobyl, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.